Okay, I think we should start. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Let us quickly recall what we did last time. Uh, we have started with Jacobians, and in that, one important note we observed that J into J dash is always 1, and actually we are using it to find out Jacobian uh, if one Jacobian is difficult to calculate, then using this relation you can calculate using or by calculating from easiest one. Okay, so j into j dash is equal to 1, where j is Jacobian of uv with respect to xy and j dash is Jacobian of xy with respect to uv. Okay, now questions can be of verification of this rule. Okay, like you can see here, x is equal to e raised to r sec theta and y is equal to e raised to r tan theta. Then question is, prove that Jacobian of xy with respect to r theta into this is dot. Okay, this middle one is dot. Jacobian of r theta with respect to xy is 1. That means verify that j into j dash is 1 is the question. Now out of these two Jacobian, one is easy to calculate because uh, Jacobian of xy with respect to r theta is differentiation of x with respect to r and theta and then y with respect to r and theta. You can see it here. But to calculate Jacobian of r theta with respect to xy, you need to write r as a function of xy. That means you have to eliminate theta in that case, and theta is also a function of x and y. So you will have to eliminate r in that case. Is this fine? Clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Others, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let us immediately calculate this Jacobian of xy with respect to r theta. So by definition, first row is x with respect to r, then x with respect to theta. And second row is y with respect to r and y with respect to theta. So x with respect to r, theta is constant. So e raised to r sec theta. All right. Then x with respect to theta is e raised to r is constant. Derivative of sec theta is sec theta tan theta. Then y with respect to r is e raised to r tan theta, which is nothing but y. And y with respect to theta is e raised to r into derivative of tan theta is sec square theta. All right. Now, you can substitute these xr, x theta, yr, y theta in this and you will get some Jacobian. Now let us find out this Jacobian of r theta with respect to xy. So r with respect to x, then r with respect to y, theta with respect to x and theta with respect to y. So you will have to calculate r as a function of xy. Okay, that means eliminate theta. So how do you do that? You can see that if you do x square minus y square, x square minus y square is e raised to 2r into sec square theta minus tan square theta. Okay, so which is 1. Sec square theta minus tan square theta is 1. Now, if you apply log on both sides, you will get log of x square minus y square equal to log of e raised to 2r, which is nothing but log of x square minus y square equal to 2r. So r is equal to 1 by 2 log of x square minus y square. Is this fine? R as a function of xy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, just tell me, how do you find theta as function of xy? How will you eliminate r from these two expression?
Sir, we can square and subtract as sec square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1.
But then you are eliminating theta. And
Oh,
we are,
wow.
yeah. We have to eliminate r. Yes, anybody?
Sir, logarithm.
Logarithm.
Then we can divide the two equations.
Yeah, good. Okay. X upon y will be e raised to r sec theta upon e raised to r tan theta. All right. So you can see that x upon y is sec theta upon tan theta, which is nothing but 1 by sine theta. So sine theta is y by x. Therefore, theta is sine inverse y by x. All right. And so you have got r as a function of xy and theta as function of xy. So you can calculate these partial derivatives. So theta x, so derivative of sine inverse y by x with respect to x. So 1 upon 1 under root 1 minus y square by x square into derivative of y by x, that is minus y upon x square. Now if you simplify this x will go in numerator. So that will be minus y upon x into under root x square minus y square. Now theta with respect to y. So 1 upon under root 1 minus y square upon x square into derivative of y by x with respect to y is 1 by x. Okay. Now if you cross multiply this and x will be in numerator, x gets cancelled, 1 upon under root x square minus y square. So substitute these. So dab of xy with respect to r theta is e raised to 2r sec theta. Okay, substituting these derivatives xr, x theta, yr, y theta here. Okay, you will get e raised to 2r sec theta, and this calculation is very much easy. Then r, Jacobian of r theta with respect to xy, substitute these derivatives, x upon x square minus y upon x square minus y square, and these two derivatives minus y upon under root x square minus y square, and this 1 upon under root x square minus y square, and calculate it. After simplification, you are getting 1 upon x into under root x square minus y square. So if you substitute, you will get 1 upon e raised to 2r sec theta. Okay. So j is e raised to 2r sec theta. J dash is 1 upon e raised to 2r sec theta. So if you take product of j into j dash, that is Jacobian of xy with respect to r theta and Jacobian of r theta with respect to xy, you will get 1. Okay. Any doubt in any step? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in which step?
No doubt, sir.
Okay. Do you want to copy this or can we go ahead?
Sir,
Hi, yes. Hello.
yeah, we are writing. I am writing.
Okay. So do you want me to scroll up?
Yes, sir.
This is dot, huh? Jacobian of xy with respect to r theta into Jacobian of r theta with respect to xy.
Sir, next slide, please.
Okay. Done? Please respond.
Done, sir.
Okay. So here are some homework examples. You can take screenshot for practice.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in the midterms, can we use calculator?
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, as in for matrix calculation also,
Yes,
for
yes.
3 by, so we
Yes.
can do that also.
Yes, yes. Have you taken screenshot of this?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So moving ahead is the chain rule for Jacobian function. Okay. If x and y are functions of u and v, and u and v are functions of rs. Okay. U is function of rs and v is function of rs. Then you can calculate Jacobian of xy with respect to rs, because you can check that x and y are indirectly function of r and s. So derivatives of x with respect to r and x with respect to s, y with respect to r and y with respect to s are valid, because x and y are functions of uv, but uv are functions of r and s. Okay. So how to calculate Jacobian of xy with respect to rs? Jacobian of xy with respect to uv into Jacobian of uv with respect to rs. Okay. So this is chain rule for Jacobian, and it is also applicable for n variable. So here it is for 3 variable. All right. If x, y, z are functions of u, v, w, and u, v, w are functions of r, s, and t, then Jacobian of x, y, z with respect to r, s, t is Jacobian of x, y, z with respect to u, v, w into Jacobian of u, v, w with respect to r, s, t. Okay. So just note it down, chain rule for Jacobians. Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Okay. Done? Yes. Can you go ahead?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let us look at some examples of Jacobians using chain rule. So first one is x is equal to a into u plus v and y is equal to b into u minus v, where u is r square cos 2 theta and v is equal to r square sine 2 theta. Okay. And a and b are being constant. Question is find Jacobian of xy with respect to r theta. Okay. So x and y are functions of u comma v, and u comma v are functions of r and theta. Okay. So by chain rule, Jacobian of xy with respect to r theta is equal to Jacobian of xy with respect to uv and into Jacobian of uv with respect to r theta. So first Jacobian is x with respect to u, then x with respect to v. Second row is y with respect to u and y with respect to v. The second Jacobian, u with respect to r, u with respect to theta, and v with respect to r, v with respect to theta. Okay. Now just substitute this partial derivative. X with respect to u is a. X with respect to v is also a. Then y with respect to u is b and y with respect to v is minus b. Any doubt in this first Jacobian? I hope everybody know how to take partial derivative. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then the second Jacobian, u with respect to r, theta is constant. So 2r cos 2 theta, u with respect to theta. So r square cos 2 theta ka derivative is minus sin 2 theta into 2. So this is minus 2r square sin 2 theta. Then v with respect to r is 2r sin 2 theta and v with respect to theta is r square into derivative of sin 2 theta is cos 2 theta into 2. So if you calculate this, this will be minus 2ab first Jacobian, and this will be 4r cube into bracket cos square 2 theta plus sin square 2 theta, which is 1. Therefore 4r cube. So at the end, minus 8ab r cube is the answer. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just note it down fast. Okay. Now going to the second problem, x is equal to e raised to u cos v, y is equal to e raised to u sin v. Then again we'll have to prove that j into j dash is 1. Okay, so that is Jacobian of xy with respect to uv and Jacobian of uv with respect to xy. So which Jacobian is easy to calculate out of this Jacobian? Yes,
XY with respect to UV.
xy with respect to uv. Others, do you agree with this? Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So to calculate this second Jacobian of uv with respect to xy, you need to write u as function of xy. That means eliminate v, and v as function of xy. At that time you eliminate u. So let us calculate it fast. Jacobian of xy with respect to uv. So xu xv and yu yv. So x with respect to u is e raised to u cos v. X with respect to v is minus e raised to u sin v. Then y with respect to u is e raised to u sin v. Y with respect to v is e raised to u cos v. Okay. Doing this cross multiplication, you will get e raised to 2u sin square v plus cos square v, which is 1. Okay. Therefore, j is e raised to 2u. Now to calculate j dash, that is Jacobian of uv with respect to xy. So by definition it is ux, ui, vx, vy. So how do you write u as function of xy? If you square and add, if you square this x and y and add them, your v get eliminated, because x square plus y square is e raised to 2u into bracket cos square v plus sin square v, which is 1. Therefore,
Sir, but you told that it would be reciprocal of that only.
sorry.
Sir, we have calculated j na. So j dash will be reciprocal of it na.
No, that's what we have to prove. We should get 1 by e raised to 2u, isn't it?
Yes, sir, sorry, sir. I was.
Yeah. So we are eliminating v. So x square plus y square is equal to e raised to 2u. All right. Now if you apply log on both sides, so log of x square plus y square equal to log of e raised to 2u, which is 2u only. So u is equal to 1 by 2 log of x square plus y square. Okay. Now how to eliminate u? If you do y by x, then e raised to u gets cancelled. So y by x is equal to tan v. So v is equal to tan inverse y by x. So you get u as function of xy and v as function of xy. So just put these partial derivatives here. So u with respect to x is 1 upon x square plus y square into 2x. So this 2 gets cancelled. X upon x square plus y square. Again u with respect to y, that will be y upon x square plus y square. Then v with respect to x. So derivative of tan inverse y by x is 1 upon 1 plus y by x bracket square into derivative of y by x with respect to x. So that is minus y by x square. So if you simplify it, you will get minus y upon x square plus y square. Then v with respect to y, again 1 upon 1 plus y by x bracket square into derivative of y by x with respect to y is 1 by x. So after simplification, you will get x upon x square plus y square. Now if you calculate this determinant, you will get x square plus y square upon x square plus y square bracket square. So 1 x square plus y square gets cancelled. 1 upon x square plus y square. But x square plus y square is nothing but e raised to 2u. Okay, here it is. X square plus y square is e raised to 2u. So j dash is 1 by e raised to 2u. So if you take product of these two Jacobians, you will get 1. Understood? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Others?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Please note it down. Before I forget, let me announce test of 20 marks in next week. Probably on Thursday, we'll have one test of 20 marks. Of course, objective test. After your midterm, we'll take a test of 20 marks.
Unit 3 and Unit 4.
Whatever syllabus,
What unit?
whatever syllabus we'll complete till Monday.
Sir, like what type of test? It will be short answer or like what?
No MCQ.
Like tutorial is we are giving like that.
No, in tutorial we are not giving you options, but in test we'll provide you options.
No, sir, like how we give tutorial like this type test now.
No, I'll create it online. I'll share link, and then you can log in with your say username and password. Then the test will be open to you. It will have some limitations of say 30 minutes. After that, it will be disabled. I'll provide you.
When
Sir, and in this Thursday, no, sir, in this Thursday, we will be having a tutorial.
If it is working Thursday, then we'll have tutorial.
sir, when will be this test? You are telling that test.
Next week.
Whatever we have covered till now, that will come.
Yes, yes. Till Monday. Next Monday.
Okay, sir.
नेक्स्ट मंडे तक जितना होगा.
So you will give time to prepare, na, sir?
हाँ, so you have enough time to prepare, no? Because you will already prepared for that midterm. So you will have to just prepare for this partial differentiation and Jacobian wala part. Okay. So just remember that on next Thursday we'll have test of 20 marks, objective test. Instructions will be given on WhatsApp group. Okay, how to log in, then how to submit and so on.
So next Thursday.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So here are some homework problem.
Excuse me, sir. Could you go to the previous slide?
Okay. Fine.
Thank you, sir. Done.
Okay. So just take screenshot of these problems. Fine. So next is Jacobian of implicit function. This is by mistake. Chain rule for Jacobian. This title is by mistake. So this is actually Jacobian of implicit function. All right. So if u1, u2, un are implicit functions of variable x1, x2, xn, which are related by the functions f1, f2, fn, like f1 of u1, u2, un, comma x1, x2, xn equal to 0, f2 of u1, u2, un, x1, x2, xn equal to 0, and so on. fn of u1, u2, un, x1, x2, xn equal to 0. Then Jacobian of f1, u1, u2, un with respect to x1, x2, xn is equal to minus 1 raised to n. Jacobian of f1, f2, fn with respect to x1, x2, xn divided by Jacobian of f1, f2, fn with respect to u1, u2, un. Okay. So this is true for n variable, but we'll look at for 2 and 3 variable. All right. So just write it down. if u1, u2, u3 are implicit functions of x1, x2, x3 connected by relation f1 equal to 0, f2 equal to 0, and f3 equal to 0, then Jacobian of u1, u2, u3 with respect to x1, x2, x3 is equal to minus 1 cube, because minus 1 raised to n is 3, so minus 1 cube Jacobian of f1, f2, f3 with respect to x1, x2, x3 divided by Jacobian of f1, f2, f3 with respect to u1, u2, u3. This is for 3 variable. For 2 variable, it is same. u1, u2 be implicit functions of x1, x2 connected by two relations f1, f2. Then Jacobian of u1, u2 with respect to x1, x2 is equal to minus 1 square Jacobian of f1, f2 with respect to x1, x2 upon Jacobian of f1, f2 with respect to u1, u2. All right. So just note it down. We'll have some examples on this. Give a title, Jacobian of implicit function. Under that, write down these two rules. Done?
1 minute, sir.
Finished?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now, There was one homework problem I just saw on previous slide. See this second problem. Okay, x square plus y square plus u square minus u square equal to 0 and uv plus xy equal to 0. And question is Jacobian of uv with respect to xy is x square minus y square upon u square plus v square. Okay, this is what you have to prove. Now you can check that you can't write u as a function of xy explicitly, isn't it? Or v as a function of xy explicitly. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So you can use this rule. That means these u and v are implicit functions. And what are relations f1, f2? What are relations f1, f2? Yes, anybody? No?
Sir, I think they given two statements.
Yeah. The relations which are given in statement are f1, f2.
That will be F1 and F2, sir, right?
Yeah, this is f1 and the second one is f2. Okay, so everything is ready-made. So just calculate those two Jacobians, and obviously first Jacobian will be x square minus y square and second Jacobian will be u square plus v square. So just note somewhere that you will have to use rule of implicit function ka Jacobian for this second problem. Okay. All right. So it's just repetition. Anyway, we will go to this. So x is equal to u into 1 minus v, y is equal to uv. Then question is show that j into j dash is 1. Okay, where j is Jacobian of xy with respect to uv and j dash will be Jacobian of uv with respect to xy. Fine. Now Jacobian of xy with respect to uv is easy to calculate because x and y are explicit functions of uv, right? So x with respect to u is 1 minus v, x with respect to v is minus u, and y with respect to u is v, y with respect to v is u. Okay, so this first Jacobian is u. Now to calculate j dash, that is Jacobian of uv with respect to xy, you have two choices. Either you express u in terms of xy, okay, if possible, and v in terms of xy, or you use method of implicit function. Okay, considering this x minus u plus uv as first function and y minus uv as second function. Okay, so f1 is x minus u plus uv, f2 is y minus uv. Now by previous rule, Jacobian of uv with respect to xy is minus 1 square Jacobian of f1 f2 with respect to xy, whole thing divided by Jacobian of f1 f2 with respect to uv. Now first Jacobian, that is f1 f2 with respect to xy. So f1 with respect to x is 1, f1 with respect to y, there is no term of y, so it is 0. Then f2 with respect to x is 0 and f2 with respect to y is 1. So this Jacobian of f1 f2 with respect to xy is 1. Now let us calculate this denominator. Jacobian of f1 f2 with respect to uv. So f1 with respect to u, it is minus 1 plus v. Okay, f1 with respect to v is u. Okay, x and u are constants. Then f2 with respect to u is minus v, and f2 with respect to v is minus u. Now if you calculate this, you will get u. So j dash is equal to minus 1 square is 1, numerator is 1, and this second Jacobian is u. So j dash is 1 by u. Therefore, j into j dash is 1. Okay. By the way, there was second choice also. Writing u as function of xy, isn't it? Because you can see that if you multiply this u inside the bracket, x is equal to u minus uv. So uv is nothing but y. So x is equal to u minus y. So u is equal to x plus y. Okay. Once you have u, you can calculate v as function of xy. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So
Yes.
just note it down. There should be one doubt from your end for this. Is there any? Yes. For this particular problem, there has to be one doubt. Please respond. Yes or no?
Sir, would it be about using F1 and F2?
Yeah. See, is u implicit function?
Yes, sir.
It is implicit. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
That means you can't express u in terms of xy.
Yes.
Sir, I think you can express.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
You see, x is equal to u minus uv. Okay. But uv is y. So x is equal to u minus y. So u is equal to x plus y. Right?
Yes, sir.
And once you have u, so v will be y upon x plus y. Right? From the second
Yes,
relation.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So u and v are actually explicit function. right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
we are still use method of implicit function. Okay.
Can I write this 1 minute?
Sorry.
Can I write this down? I need 1 minute.
Okay. I gave you enough time to write. Copy it fast.
Sir, can you explain it again?
See, my point is I can express u in terms of xy. Did you understand that how to express u in terms of xy? Yes or no? Please respond so that
Yes, sir.
and v is also a function of xy. That means u and v are actually explicit function, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
But still we are using method of implicit function. See, in this previous note, u1, u and v be implicit function of xy connected by relation f1, f2 such that f1 of uv xy equal to 0, f2 of uv xy equal to 0. Then we have this. But here it is implicit function. But we are using it for explicit function. Okay. So point is, it is not necessary and sufficient to apply this particular method that function should be implicit. Is that clear? If u1 and
Yes, sir.
are implicit function, then you do this. Even if they are explicit, you can still use this rule, is the meaning. Okay, it is not necessary and sufficient. Understood? To everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So it's 10:26. Anyway, you can write this down, this problem. We will study this next time. Any doubts so far? Please
No,
No
sir.
doubt, sir.
Fine, fine. So I hope you are preparing for your group activity as well in a group. Okay, don't do it independently as far as possible.
Sir,
Yes.
also I wanted a doubt, sir, that for midterms, first 3 units will come for LADC, right?
2 minutes. I have already said this in last 2 lectures that there will be 2 units only for
Okay, sir. Okay.
theory of matrices and differential calculus.
Okay, sir.
Successive differentiation, Taylor's and Maclaurin's series expansion.
Okay, sir.
Okay, partial differentiation wala part won't be there.
Okay, sir.
Sir, and the demo lecture will be provided.
Oh, I really don't know. Please ask to your class teacher so that.
Ma'am was telling that no demo will be there, sir.
Oh, then I really don't know.
So like we will be like new on the platform. We don't know how to like submit and all that. That's why, sir.
Actually. Anyway, I'll ask our head, Paiguda ma'am. We'll see what she says. Okay. So may I stop sharing the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So if you have mentioned your name and roll number, you can leave this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.